Hello, my name is Hunter DeSiver, and this is Bama Central's Just a Minute. Alabama's defensive line underwent numerous changes this offseason in both the transfer portal and the 2025 NFL Draft. However, this position group ahead of the upcoming season gained a solid amount of depth and youthful talent. Alabama defensive coordinator Kane Wommack was asked on Wednesday which players on his side of the ball have changed his perception of them since the start of fall camp. Wommack first mentioned defensive back Deshaun Jones, and not only are the rest of the players he commended lie up front, but none of them are expected to even be near the Week 1 starting lineup. To quote Wommack, Jordan Renaud just continues to grow and improve. Really, really pleased with him. And then some of those young defensive linemen are really taking steps in the right direction. Both defensive line coach Freddie Roach and defensive line analyst Jamie Mosley, those guys have done a good job. Isaia Faga is doing a really good job. You're seeing some things from London Simmons is improving. Steve Bolo Mboumoua is improving. So it's nice to see some guys that maybe you thought might be a little ways away that might have a role for us at some point here during the season. That's encouraging. So, as previously stated, the Crimson Tide's defensive line has a solid amount of depth, but Tim Keenan III has a starting spot locked up, and his numerous appearances on the preseason award watch lists, all SEC and all American teams, back that up. Keenan mentions the same players as Wommack on Wednesday when discussing standout reserves. To quote Keenan, consistent work, consistent paying attention to detail, just doing the smart things. And that's what Keenan said of Renaud. He's matured a lot. He's definitely stepped into his role, especially being the size he is. He's very physical at the point of attack. I'm excited to see what's to come from Jordan Renaud this season. Steve and all those guys are coming a long way, but the people who are making the biggest jump this camp are definitely London Simmons, Isaia Faga, and Jeremiah Beeman. As usual, but those two young guys, they've definitely been holding their weight and doing what they need to do for the team, and I'm excited for them. So, based on their trajectory during fall camp and the offseason as a whole, will any of these defensive linemen see a decent number of impactful snaps during the regular season? Renaud could have the best chance out of these four reserves, as he's a redshirt sophomore with the most experience. He appeared in 12 games last season and totaled 14 tackles, including 1.5 for loss. He'll likely compete for a higher spot on the Bandit depth chart through the season, but he has some competition with his starting spot locked up for LT Overton alongside fellow reserves Kelby Collins, Keon Keeley, and Fatu Toa Henry. Don't be surprised if Bolo Mboumoua makes some noise, as the community college transfer from Southwest Mississippi is entering his sophomore year. James Smith has all but locked up the starting defensive end spot, and Bolo Mboumoua will likely be the third in line behind redshirt sophomore Edric Hill, who even Keenan is, and I quote, trying to make my game after. So that's about it. Thank you for listening. This has been Just a Minute.